Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lizzy. I'm the host here at Lizzy's Nails channel. Welcome everyone. And you guys, it has been a long while. Throughout the video I will be catching you guys up, telling you guys where I've been, how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, and what I'm looking forward to doing this year. So in today's video we have tons of products that we're going to be swatching. So obviously, as you can tell, the timing of it is going to go pretty quickly, only because of the amount of products that I had accumulated and decided to swatch in a couple of days. So throughout the video I will be coming in and updating you guys, and in the meantime I also want you to enjoy the music and the swatches, so I'll be back. So, where have I been? Well, I will tell you, I had to mentally take some time for myself, aside from my channel. Like everyone else, we work, we have lives, we have our day-to-day. And so when all of that kind of gets too much at the same time, it kind of affects you mentally, and so that's what I decided to do, was to kind of slow things down and take a break. Now, I think the last time I uploaded a video was like definitely in 2025. I want to say about 6 months. About 6 months. And I miss it. I miss you guys. I miss doing content and just kind of expressing myself in doing, practicing on my skills as far as acrylic and all the nail supplies that I have, and having to use them and all, and express my way with those items and those products. So, but 2025 at least I thought would have been my year, but I think by the end of 2025 I pretty much understood that things just is not going my way. So I've had a pretty tough year last year, and I'm hoping that this year is a lot better for me mentally. I think that, sometimes you get busy with life and you don't tend to take time to slow down and talk about things, and express your feelings and how you're doing. And so when you go for a very long time without expressing yourself, without talking about it, so that way it doesn't accumulate, and then people react when it comes out of nowhere. And that's what happened with me. I think that I accumulated so much, kept a lot to myself. I'm an introvert. I like to talk things through, but it takes a while before I can gather my thoughts and express them. And so being that kind of person, I don't think anybody really understood that. And so when I had a hard time dealing with my own feelings and my own struggles mentally, internally, I don't think anyone noticed, and I don't think that anyone, at least in my perspective, cared to know. how I was doing. And I'm not saying that's reality and that's exactly how people were feeling, but at least in my eyes and the way I viewed it, that's how I felt. And that's where I'm trying to dig myself out of. So in my journey, being an introvert, I think that I've closed myself off too much. And so when you're that kind of person, you start to walk your road alone. And that's where I'm at. It's that I'm slowly walking this path with less people in my life than I had before I started really struggling last year. I will touch more on that a little bit later, so I'm just going to let you see the full swatch of these items, and I'll be back. So, touching once again on being an introvert and closing yourself off to the point where you start to walk your journey with less and less people in your life. Sometimes, in my view as an introvert, sometimes it's good because there's less problems, less arguments, less problems, as some might describe it. But at the end of the day, sometimes you will need that support. Sometimes you will need that advice. Sometimes you will need that push from a friend or a family. Sometimes you will need that encouragement from someone that you can trust. And so being an introvert is kind of tough I don't know if there's different phases or stages of being an introvert, but I really close myself off. That's just how I've been, and I don't know if anybody's ever taken notice of that kind of behavior from me, but I do. I close myself off. I just don't communicate until I'm ready to put my words together. And so when someone in your life gets to know that much of you and knows that and supports you even with that, I find that a very unique friend in your life to understand that much about being an introvert. So I'm blessed with a couple of friends who are like that in my life, but overall I think that I've closed myself off so much that I've lost important people in my life. And yes, there's plenty of regrets, and there has been times where I wish I could have done things differently, but being that way is very, very tough for me to just open up right away. I've always been shy. I've always, to break the ice was always a challenge when it came to making conversations with others in a group setting. I've always been to myself, and if you've ever met me and known me, I've always kept to myself, and I don't say hi unless you say hi. I don't make conversation unless you make conversation. That's just the way I've always been. And I feel like that has just been a struggle for me. And so I find myself starting 2026 in a very, very, how can I say, I guess lonely would be a word, but not, because I'm not lonely. I do have people in my life, just not like before, but a very solitude. It's very, you know, far from everyone, you know. It's very, if there is a correct word for solitude in what I'm trying to say, I'll put it on the screen if I can't find it, but that's the only other way I can describe it. It's pretty much me walking more alone than than with company. And I do, you know, have my beautiful family in my life. I am very, very blessed. There's no doubt about that. I have a very supportive husband. I have my kids that I love to death, and I would never change that. But outside from that safety net, it's been hard. It's been really, really hard. And if you struggle like I do, man, I'm sending prayers your way, because it is so hard to struggle with that. And when you're that kind of person, you do have a lot of mental things that go on in your head. Like, you start to picture things, you start to assume things, and it's really, really hard to overcome some thoughts. It is a struggle. It is definitely a struggle. Another situation that I have been, excuse me, going through as of last year is, I'm not sure if, you know, everyone ever listens to the news, or if they're, you know, if they know about, you know, the economy or stuff like that, or when they announced last year massive layoffs from companies like Amazon, or just large companies who were letting people go. Unfortunately, I was one of them as of November of 2025. So it's just been a couple of months that I've been unemployed, and applying for unemployment has definitely changed in the years since my last employment. Like, I've been with this company, I want to say, since 2008. Yeah, because I moved here in 2007 and got employed in February of 2008. So I was with the company for that long. And unfortunately, you know, times are changing. I'm not going to blame it on AI. I'm not going to blame it on all that, even though that could possibly be part of it. But things are just tough. If it's even tough for these big companies that are letting so many people let go. I can imagine, a small family, a single mom, if they were ever to let go. I'm blessed that I'm married. I have my husband. He's been supportive through this phase with me. I can't tell you how blessed I am to have him in my life. He's the most amazing man I've ever met, and I don't think that I would ever change him for anything or anyone. So I love him to death. I give him a hard time sometimes because of what I've been going through. But even with that, he has been so patient with me and so loving and understanding. And so I'm very, very blessed to have him in my life. But, that's where I'm at, you guys. I'm unemployed. I applied for unemployment, but keeping up with having to, it's so different from when I did it the last time when I moved down here to Florida. You have to apply at least for 5 jobs a week, and you have to give them all that information. Like if they have a website of the company you applied for, the phone number, the address, when did you apply, what is the position. You obviously have to give your resume, and so much to keep up with that. I'm like, wow, is even this much work to try and collect unemployment, and I haven't been approved for it. I have to go online and check to see the status, and I don't know if I will qualify. But I'm thankful that when I was let go, that I was given a severance package. So I've been able to survive, my family and I, with that severance package. And the first thing I did was pay off any debt that I have. So I'm currently debt free. So I'm thankful for that. But this is a new phase in my life. This is an absolutely new phase in my life. I've never not worked since the age of 13. And if I didn't work, it was just for a couple of months when I moved down here to the state of Florida and then started working. I have to stay on the go. I have to stay busy. But things have been so different for me that I'm at a loss, and I'm trying to figure things out. And I hope that I do get to figure things out. But yeah, I'm kind of a little lost right now.
Holding my head again, making my way through crowded thoughts. Sometimes it's hard to get out of it. Broke my heart in the dark. I was just trying to feel something, falling asleep to the sound of it. Always used to let you clean up the messes. Down on my knees, thought I couldn't stand up on my own. Turns out sometimes you're stronger alone. Bringing out the fight, yeah, bring on all the lightning. 'Cause I'm looking for a hero, look inside the mirror. I found one, oh, carry the hurt when it gets too hard. Pick it up, dust it off. When I fall down 11, I get up 12. Don't need nobody else. Yeah, I can save myself. Got burned, but I learned. Our scars make us who we are. Now I'm 10 feet tall over my demons. Remind me no one's got me like myself. Yeah, I love me without any help. I'm the best thing to believe in. So I'm bringing out the fight, yeah, bring on all the lightning. 'Cause I'm looking for a hero, look inside the mirror. I found one, oh, carry the hurt when it gets too hard. Pick it up, dust it off. When I fall down 11, I get up 12. Don't need nobody else. Yeah, I can save myself. Oh, 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 oh. I could crumble into pieces, but I got a million reasons why I won't. Does this heavy as a season, and the sun is always right behind the storm. Bringing out the fire, bring on all the lightning, 'cause I'm looking for a hero. Look inside the mirror, I found one. Oh, carry the hurt when it gets too hard. Pick it up, dust it off, and I fall down 11, I get up 12.
So, my challenge for myself this year is to regain my confidence again and moving forward and turning things around, for me to be able to get back to where I was before I started struggling. That is my goal this year, to get myself, I want to say, metaphorically out of the gutter and get myself back on my feet and going again. So that is going to be my challenge, and I'm going to try and stay positive and look up and not down, and I know that I have the support, the right people supporting me to be able to do that. So I challenge you to do the same. If you're going through what I'm going through, I ask you to keep your head up, to not give up, to look for the right people around you that can support you throughout this challenge, throughout this journey, and I hope that you can also pull through. And so I just want to take the time to thank you at this time for those who have supported me throughout my journey so far here in YouTube. I'm gonna obviously try and get back on a fixed schedule so that way my channel can continue to grow someday. And I'm thankful for those who have stuck around, who have not given up on me and unsubscribed. And I'm sure that I've been in the minds of those who know me here on YouTube, and I know I have your support. And so I'm thankful, and I hope to see you on my next video. Bye, guys.
Contact list full of numbers, still feeling desolate, it's heavy. Now make room for the rest of it. I told you that. I've been waiting. Phone at the crib, let me hit you right back. I've been faded, like a phone without a case, man. I feel I might cry. I don't know where I've been, trying to find myself again. And I don't know where I'll go. May tomorrow bring me hope. 'Cause I don't know where I've been, trying to find myself again. And I don't know where I'll go. May tomorrow bring me hope. But I don't know.
For a minute in the quiet, it feels like it was before. I get lost just for a moment, thinking I'm not where I am. And I didn't want to feel this way, tired of being out of place. Give me a one-way ticket out of here someplace. I know I can't be happy, it's not in my head. I can sit and cry about reasons why I'm in this mess, but what good is that? What a waste of breath. It's a fine line, thinking about the words unsaid and setting me free from my chest. I feel so low, I'm not myself. I feel so low, I'm not myself. Was it something in the wind? Was it meant to be pulled apart from everything I knew, like golden leaves when it's their time to fall? But I didn't want to feel this way, tired of being out of place. Give me a one-way ticket out of here someplace. myself. I feel so low. I'm not myself.
Woke up today, smile on my face. May not go my way, still got my faith, so I'll be okay. I'll be okay, I'll be okay. Running our race, just that I pace. Made some mistakes, but learned a few things, so I'll be okay. I'll be okay, I'll be okay. Yeah, yeah. I've been through it all, I've been through it all. Looking at Goliath at the stand tall. My heart, it feel like David every time I fall. My problems look like giants, I'ma slay them all. Every single beef, I had to let it be. Spend a lot of time wasting energy. That ain't made sense to me logically. But I feel way better when I walk in peace. Please don't bring the gossip to me. I mean, no offense, I'm finding out jealousy. Only a lack of confidence focused on me.